I'm Fred Wilkinson, Chief Editor of the National Provisioner. Today I'm speaking with Sharon Beals. She is the Executive Director with the Women's Meat Industry Network, and she is the recent recipient of the Women in Agribusiness Demeter Award of Excellence. Sharon, thank you for joining me today. To get things started, could you maybe tell us a little bit about your background in the meat industry that led up to you being awarded this honor?
Sure. As I told the crowd at RMC this year, I have John Butts to thank for taking a chance on a Jersey girl that had zero meat industry experience many years ago when he asked me if in an interview if I'd ever been inside a meat packing plant. And I said, no, but I've seen Rocky twice. Does that count? Well, it was the summer of 1980, right? It's still fresh in everybody's mind. So Land of Frost, when they closed my plant up, I spent 10 years almost at Arby's, and then did a quick stint over in the wet salad business, and then came back to the meat industry, IBP, then Tyson, Smithfield, Maple Leaf Foods, US Foods, and finished out my career at CTI. So that's me. Always food safety and quality, regulatory compliance. So I'm a geek.
All right. Can you tell us a little bit about the Women's Meat Industry Network and your work with that group?
Sure. So I was fortunate that when I found myself looking for employment earlier this year, women reached out to me. They were at that point a total volunteer organization where our purpose is to make sure that we know that a diverse workforce is a stronger workforce, to give women a leg up, frankly, in this industry. Early days when you'd walk into a processing plant and the butchers are banging their knives on the tables. We've moved away from that, fortunately, but it provides a place for women in our industry, regardless, technical, sales, marketing. And we have members that are flock supervisors and maintenance techs all the way up to the C-suite. So we're here to help support the women that are in this industry, help them continue to grow, develop, and have a really fruitful career in this business, because we get a lot of them in. There's a lot of women students, but it's keeping them in 5 years later. That's our goal.
And can you tell us a little bit about the Demeter Award and kind of the criteria behind that go into selecting the recipients for that?
Sure. So Women in Agribusiness developed the award. I believe it's been 14 years ago. Have to have at least been in a professional role within the agribusiness space for 10 years. Professional achievements. Are you a role model for other women? Do you dismantle barriers? You foster opportunity? Are you a resource within the agribusiness space? And are you a professional? So, I'm thrilled. Ebony Weber, I know Ebony. I do not know Elzandi, the other winner this year. But what Ebony has done with the Manners Group is just phenomenal. So I'm very humbled to be on the stage in a couple of weeks with those two ladies.
And for young women who are either getting ready to enter careers in the meat and poultry industry, or even just students who are considering that, what advice would you give them as they weigh their options in choosing that as a career?
First and foremost, be yourself. It's really hard when you try to be somebody you're not. The space today, any workspace today, is a lot different than when I started. Back then it was, are they going to like me? And it's really important that as you're starting your career, you find some place that's a good cultural fit for you. Different companies have different personas, and they're not for everyone. Find some place that you feel comfortable in, that you can grow, you can develop, and you can have a career. It's not I'm a dinosaur. So I've been a food safety quality professional my entire 44-year career, always just straight up. But today the environment, it's not even a career lattice that I stole that from Donnie Smith from Tyson, but it's a career jungle gym. And you think about it, it's 3-dimensional, and sometimes you find yourself hanging from the top rung, hoping you don't let go and crack your head open. But professionals today are going to try different things. You're not going to stay in one track. You're going to move around, and that's the future. The future C-suite people are going to have a very varied career. At least my belief, the stronger ones are going to have had a very varied career.
And with this recognition kind of under your belt and your role with Women's Meat Industry Network, what is coming up next for you?
Well, I started what's called the portfolio career. There's actually an article written on it, also known as the poo-poo platter. So in addition to women, which is a part-time role, I did start my own consulting business, as well as I'm doing some part-time work for Beacon Point Labs. And I've been doing some work for the American Meat Science Association. It's been a busy year. And we're going to be adding one more role next month, and that's grandparents. So we're very excited about that.
Well, congratulations. Well, Sharon, is there anything else that you would like to share?
Yeah, so I've been going to the Women in Ag meeting for years. And the one thing I tell people when they ask about the organization, I said, where else can you have breakfast with a dairy vet who pulled a calf before she came to the meeting, then have lunch with two ladies who had been selling crop insurance between the two of them for over 60 years, and then have a cocktail that night with somebody who trades on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange floor. It's a great organization in that it too, like women, spans the entire breadth and depth of the agribusiness space. I met somebody who was a soybean farmer last year from Maryland. She's unfortunately not going to be here this year. But looking at how engaged she is in when the bridge collapsed in Baltimore and what the impact that had on the agribusiness space. It's just it's a great place to be. I'm very honored that I'm the first person from a meat background and the first person from a food safety background to have gotten this award. So means a lot, and it's a great organization. And I'm running out of things to say, so I'm just going to shut up.
Well, Sharon, again, congratulations, and thank you very much for joining me.
You bet. Thanks, Fred. I appreciate it.